Got the bad boy right here. Here you go.
Oh, goody, give it to me, give it to me. What do we got here? The 2018 Network Film Awards. Oh boy, I hope this is exactly what I'm expecting, cause knowing me, who loves the Oscar films and coming of age films, I hope a lot of nominations when he's ready for it. Ah! Alright, time to enjoy this.
Well, greetings one and all, welcome back to the network, exclusively here on the Film Reviews channel, and it's now time for the granddaddy of them all, the WrestleMania of films, at least for us, and that is none other than the 2018 Network Film Awards. The 2018 Network Film Awards!
Hooray!
That's the sign for the audience to clap. There you go! Greetings everyone, welcome. I hope you all are doing well because I'm doing absolutely shitty and then so is he, but no one gives a fuck how he feels. But for old time's sake, I'm just gonna do it anyway.
You apologize.
My name is Mr. Garrison, and I am a certified record collector and a bona fide bull stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here is Big Romy, and he's one dumb, stupid son of a bitch, motherfucker, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing? And for the so-called people watching the awards show tonight, I got one word to describe it. I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T. So what?
Smoke corn dog.
Alright, but anyways, folks,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for the Network Film Awards. Why the Network Film Awards? Because fuck you, DOS, the Oscars, the Academies, the shitbags, the old-ass, stupid, out-of-touch, nonsensical douchebags who don't know how to get their shit right, and they just like shit that comes out within a 2 to 3 month span. No, we are the award show for films that deserve such praise and recognition, and this is why we exist. Isn't that right, Mr. Gabba?
I suppose. But anyways, folks.
You didn't listen, did you, motherfucker?
No, I didn't. But anyways, as for some of the films that we're going to be going over, before we even bother getting into the whole detail, just to recap one thing, unfortunately, Blade Runner 2049 is not on this list. Why? I'll give you a prime example why. It's because we decided we wanted to give films that deserve recognition that the awards not only didn't give films recognition to, nor support of, but we thought films that would have been a little bit more necessary that be on this list. And I'll give you some examples of some of those films.
No, Mr. Gutback. Don't ruin it. Let the nominations speak for themselves.
You dick!
Anyways, as for what we got,
Oh, the Energizer battery. He doesn't keep on going after all. I believe those are the same batteries you put in the mic as the same ones you used on your vibrator last night. I told you don't run the juice down.
there we go, everybody. Now, as for some of the films you're going to mention here, you're going to be seeing films like...
Romy's right. I told you to not spoil it. Let the nominations take care of themselves. Or else I'll be taking care of your ass by giving you another hole to shit out of. That's one mean ducky.
Well, anyways, you can go home, my mic's working, but folks, let's just get right to the first category up for bids. And that is none other than Best Original Film. Best Original Film is a category based off of films that are, original. Some that is not adapted from a screenplay at all, but some that is original with original screenplay, original this, original. Everything is original that makes its own story unique. And we selected these particular films as nominees. So, folks, Best Original Film. All right,
and the nominees are Get Out, Baby Driver, Brigsby Bear, Wind River, Coco, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And your winner for Best Original Film goes to... That's the cue for the drums.
Fuck you!
Baby Driver! Edgar Wright's Baby Driver is one of the best unique action films, original action films that come out in recent decades, with something that has never been seen before of how in sync it is with the music, how it plays a character in itself. That alone is worthy enough to be known as Best Original Film. Mr. Campbell, what is the next category?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as after that little shindig of what went down, the next category is going to be film. Actually, I don't need this fucking shit anyway. So the next category that we're going to be having here is based off of films that, well, first off, we started from the good, now we're going to the bad. And that category is surrounding films that were pretty disappointing. Films that we were anticipating throughout the whole entire year, but ended up being quite disappointing, sadly, from all the hype, talk, reviews, all that other stuff, but apparently from our perspectives or anyone else's perspectives, we selected these particular films to be the biggest disappointment. Alright, biggest disappointment. Here are the nominees again. Alien Covenant, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, King Arthur: Legend of the Sword, Murder on the Orient Express, and The Snowman. The winner for biggest disappointment of 2017 goes to The Snowman. The Snowman was supposed to be a film that was supposed to be unique, amazing, fun, and not only scary, but a nice crime thriller. But apparently, you're missing some of the film. A lot of the film, actually, like a good 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know, part of the script. And the film itself was just complete garbage from the way it looked and how it was presented. So yeah, Snowman.
Also, the main character's name is Harry Hole.
Harry Glory Hole. There you go, folks. So
Harry G. Hole.
Harry G. Hole or Harry B. Hole. Butthole. But folks, that is the biggest disappointment. So let us continue on to our next category up for bids. Worst animated film.
Worst animated film. The reason why we're doing a worst animated film is due to the fact that 2017 was an awful year for animation. There was only 2 good animated films that come out last year. That was Coco and the Lego Batman movie. And you can't have a category with just 2 nominations, so we did the opposite. And here are your nominations: The Boss Baby, The Emoji Movie, Despicable Me 3, The Nut Job 2, Naughty by Nature, Cars 3, and Smurfs: The Lost Village. Gary, you look like a fucking Smurf. Your winner, and a landslide, goes to The Emoji Movie. Rips off the Lego Movie and Wreck-It Ralph while being annoying as possible, and its only existence is to sell toys and marketing for advertisement. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Oh, and some messages how it showcases how adolescents are so fucking dumb.
Biased critics, you listen to me. Totally unbiased. This movie's for the fans, and if you're a fan of emojis, then you gotta go see this movie right now. The Emoji Movie is the best thing I've ever seen.
That is the worst animated film of 2017, The Emoji Movie from the Network Awards. And as for the next category that we're going to go into, Best Comedy. Myself and Fat Man here are very stingy when it comes to comedies and whatnot. I mean, extremely, extremely stingy. Like, we're very picky when it comes to comedies.
We are comedic snub fuckers.
Extremely. It's very rare when you see a good comedy within each year, and there has been some good comedies that came out within the time decade. 22 Jump Street, just to name one of the biggest ones out there.
Psychopaths, Horrible Bosses, Deadpool. Yep.
Or Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I don't know if it's a comedy, but that film was a lot of fun. It was funny. Another one was, what was that one film? The Nice Guys. There you go.
Very good movie. Yeah, Shane Black.
As for Best Comedy, here it is. Best Comedy, here we go. We got the films of Get Out, the Lego Batman Movie, Girl Strip, Thor Ragnarok, and The Disaster Artist. The winner for Best Comedy goes to none other than The Disaster Artist. Disaster Artist, we all know what that film is about. It is basically the biopic surrounding how Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero created The Room, following their dreams and wanting to create a movie since they both got turned down really bad from Hollywood and from any other film production place, whatever the hell it's called. And they decided to, follow their dream, make their own Hollywood movie, and it ended up being a disaster.
Indeed, but a disaster in all the right ways.
But the film itself was motivational. It's funny as hell. James Franco gave the best performance of the whole entire year of 2017, in my humble perspective.
It's the best performance of his career.
Now, one factor is that the Lego Batman movie did come in second place, and it was beaten by one. It was off by 1 point.
Just 1 point.
Just 1 point. So that is definitely a factor that is quite unique. But before we get to the next category, I just want to say right now, I'm going to take this stupid shit off right now because I do not like looking like a handsome, suit-wearing, monkey-looking son of a bitch. I'm going to be me. That is none other than a plain white t-shirt.
How vanilla. Well, you can use that to camouflage in the snow along with your skin.
Get to the next category. Son of a bitch.
Next category. Best Villain. A villain in a film is an antagonist who may do such evil, but what makes the better villains is that these guys believe they're doing the greater good despite their antics. And here are our list for best villains. We have Hela from Thor Ragnarok, Adrian Tormes, aka known as Vulture, Spider-Man Homecoming, the Joker from the Lego Batman movie, Richard Strickland, The Shape of Water. Brett, you were amazing in that movie. Kylo Ren, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And the Colonel, played by Woody Harrelson for War for the Planet of the Apes. And the winner goes to... Well, Gary, you said you were an ugly monkey and you must not like the Colonel, because that is our winner, the Colonel, a man who sacrifices so much in order to try to do something for the greater good, and despite how ruthless he was in the movie, you can see where he's coming from, especially with the confrontation with Caesar. One of the best interrogation sequences you'll see in a long while. Congratulations to the Colonel for War for the Planet of the Apes.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Next category that we have up for bids, we have none other than the best hero. Since the opposite of villain, where it comes to the villain who does the wars for evil, we got the opposite where the hero does everything and fights against crime for the bitter good of human civilization and population, other fancy shenanigan words you hear in reading in comics.
If you populated the world, I feel sorry. I wonder what the kid will look like. Mr. Garrison, please, what are our nominations?
Best hero. For best hero, we have Logan himself in Logan. We have John Wick in John Wick 2. You have Caesar for War for the Planet of the Apes. You have Wonder Woman for Wonder Woman herself, Batman in the Lego Batman movie, and Thor himself in Thor Ragnarok. The winner for best hero of 2017 goes to none other than Logan. Congratulations to Logan for him being the best superhero of 2017, and for the factor of him, especially playing in such an emotional yet different superhero film that we usually see in anything.
Old man
that has
Logan.
like that old Western feel to it, and not only that, but he still played the badass that he was. Hugh Jackman, you were phenomenal. Logan, best superhero of 2017.
You know what? I just thought of something.
No.
The way that Hugh Jackman was portrayed in Logan, he could be portrayed well if they ever do The Last of Us in a live action movie.
No.
Him or Guy Pearce.
Alright, well anyways, let's get to our next category.
Our next category. When it comes to action sequences, or action films in particular, there's always going to be that one scene that blows you away in terms of how it looks, how it's presented, how it affects the story, and how riveting it could be. And, Mr. Garrison, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Every time you look away, I just want to go, wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
I already know what he's going to do, this son of a bitch. You look disciplined. And, so therefore, back to where I was, here are the nominations for the... Oh my god. What is this? Whose line is it anyway? Oh. You look like a retarded penis with that hat. Here are our nominations for... Okay, now you look like a massive penis. You look like something Al Capone would whack. Now you look like something Indiana Jones would hang with his whip. Just like your sex life, you're a minor. Bob the Builder. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. You have to use roadkill for a hairdo, but it looks great. All right, keep it on, motherfucker. Here are our nominations for the best action scene. We have the stairway fight, the one tracking shot from Atomic Blonde. We have the forest battle from Logan. We have the Alpha Omega and Northern Army battle for War for the Planet of the Apes. We have Tequila from Baby Driver, the Hitman Killing Spree in John Wick Chapter 2, and No Man's Land from Wonder Woman. And the winner for the best action scene of the year goes to No Man's Land. No Man's Land is such an inspirational sequence where people were pinned down and they were pretty much on the brink of destruction, and then here comes Wonder Woman to change everything. And not only it just gives you goosebumps, it's so inspirational, and it's just so mesmerizing to see her just unleash hell on the motherfuckers. And, fun fact, Gal Gadot was actually pregnant when she shot that scene. She's a fucking warrior, man. Kudos to Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins for Wonder Woman.
Well, anyways, folks, that does it for that category. Congratulations to No Man's Land on winning for Best Action Scene of 2017 in Network Awards. Next up is one of the biggest surprising categories of the whole entire year, and this was definitely a surprising factor. We are now going to the category where we go over the biggest surprise of the whole entire year. Basically, we got a selection of films that we thought that wasn't going to end up being good at all from the talk and trailers, but ended up turning out to be such a fun blast that we couldn't even believe that it was actually that good, especially from trailers, discussion, all that other bullshit. But anyways, here is the biggest surprise. Biggest surprise for 2017. Here are the nominees. You got Coco, Happy Death Day, Girls Trip, Wonder Woman, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses, Eat Your Heart Out, and Get Out. So anyways, as for the winner for biggest surprising film of 2017, Guns N' Roses, you did it again with one of the only good songs that you guys have done, and that is none other than Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle from Appetite of Destruction. Congratulations, Jumanji. Now, I have not seen the film, so I wouldn't know.
I did, and let me explain now. From the early trailers, and from knowing that this is from the director of Sex Tape. And also, I didn't mention honestly, Gary hated this movie. Bad teacher. Yeah, you fucking despised it. Dude, when the early word came in, they're saying it was a lot of fun, and it's got like a 75 to 80%. We're like, how is that fucking possible? This looks like it was complete ass. And I saw it. It was so much fun. I couldn't believe it. It looked like it was going to be the biggest piece of shit. And it ended up being an absolute blast. Yeah, I used an Austin term. So, congratulations to Jumanji. Welcome to the Jungle. The San Andreas theme. Put that on. Retarded Davy Crockett.
Anyways, let's get to our next.
If you did have roadkill on your head, it looked better than we have now. Gary, no, Gary, Gary, for baby formula, mommy fixed me roadkill. It made me grow up be big and strong. Me head like coconut, strong on the outside but inside full of liquidy mush. Alrighty. Our next category is the best sequel. Normally, sequels can't really outshine the original or even match in terms of quality and quantity. However, these sequels managed to do so in spades because this is what you all wanted when looking forward to the next installment. So, here are our nominations for the best sequel. And the nominations are John Wick Chapter 2, War for the Planet of the Apes, Logan, Thor Ragnarok, and Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And the winner for the best sequel goes to Logan. Logan, of course, being a sequel to The Wolverine and X-Men Days of Future Past, because it takes place many years after, where the mutants are pretty much dying. They're almost extinct. And we follow up with Old Man Logan, which from the comics is one of the most beloved and I won't say heartbreaking, but emotional stories from the graphic novel. And how it's presented here, James Mangold, I applaud you. I applaud you for what you have done with this movie and with the R-rated version of the Wolverine. So congratulations to Logan for best sequel.
Congratulations. All right, next film we got lined up, or next category, excuse me. We got none other than a mixture of both a down the middle. We didn't know what to call this. If we're either underrated or underappreciated, so we decided just to, go for most underrated / underappreciated film of 2017. Basically,
It's where it flew under the radar and it should have demanded more attention.
Yeah, whatever he said. But anyways, as for what we got here, for these particular films that didn't do well in the box office and didn't do well at all, that deserve to be much more praised for how good these films were, here they are. Detroit, A Cure for Wellness, The Greatest Showman, American Made, and Battle of the Sexes. So as for the winner of most underrated / unappreciated film, goes to none other than Detroit.
Detroit, Catherine Bigelow's amazing film that took place in the 1960s Detroit riots, and especially at a hotel during one night and the controversy that happened. This movie bombed badly.
Oh, horrible.
Horribly. And Catherine Bigelow, she is incredible. She and Patty Jenkins are the two best female filmmakers working today. So congratulations to Detroit. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Amazing.
Oh, it's an amazing, wonderful film. But anyways, next category that we got right here, Psycho Sid, where are you?
The best horror film. Now, some of these nominations you probably might be expecting, because the ones that somewhat did get critical plays fucking sucked. Ones like Nothing Comes at Night, or Shit. Shit, that's what I like to call it.
By the way, speaking of oh, okay.
That was actually better than the movie. So, here are the actual really good horror films that deserve such recognition. And the nominees are A Cure for Wellness, Get Out, Annabelle Creation, Gerald's Game, and Life. And the winner in a landslide, congratulations to Jordan Peele for Get Out. A film unlike anything you've ever seen before, and how it's a great film to see when it dwells into how society is, and with the race issue as well. So, and you need to watch the film, because towards the second half, everything will come together and make perfect sense. So that is the winner for the best horror film of the year. Congratulations to Get Out.
Jordan Peele, man, is from a guy who was on Mad TV to do a film like this. That tells you he's got some talent behind him.
Yeah, and I heard that his next film, he might do something in the thriller horror genre again, I believe.
Good, because apparently, like I said, for a guy who was in comedy for such a long time, for him to have like a talent like this, you can tell he's going to have a future down the road.
Amazing written directorial debut.
Alright, but anyways, next up we have here is Best Ensemble Cast. Basically, it's all right there for you. Basically, a bundle of actors and actresses that come together, do spot-on performances, and you got like I said, a bunch of well-known actors and actresses that are just brought together and play certain roles. Either it's a main actor or supporting actor, actress, whatever, and supporting or main lead role, whatever. He's got a bunch of well-known names that's helped makes the movie together as one within the storytelling. So for Best Ensemble Cast, we have Logan, Baby Driver, Wolf of the Planet of the Apes, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, The Shape of Water, and Wonder Woman. And the winner,
The Shape of what, Gary?
Liquid. But anyways, the winner for Best Ensemble Cast goes to none other than 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Congratulations to that film. And to me, honestly, despite all these other ones, to me, I think this was the rightful deserved winner, because look who was in this film.
Easily the most deserving one. It's the most deserving winner. Yep. It's ever since I saw it, I'm just like, best cast. So, need I say more?
So self-explanatory there. Let's get to the next category, which is involved. Thankfully, I'm not reading this one.
No, what does it involve, Get Back?
Not reading it.
What does it involve?
I'm not reading it.
I'll get him going.
Don't you fucking start that shit! Don't start that shit! Don't start that shit!
Then what is it called?
I'm not reading it.
Don't
Don't do it! Don't do it! I'm far too! I damn no! Not doing
What's it
it.
called?
Not doing it. Shut up! Shut up!
Say it!
No!
Say it!
No!
Say it, you
No!
son of a bitch!
No!
Say the goddamn
No!
thing!
No!
You look like retarded Nosferatu. Alright! Here
It's
is...
fucking cinematography!
Thank you. Cinematography! Best cinematography! The individual, this is the one where he'll be sharing a lot of time with the director in terms of capturing the scope, the essence, the presence of the film, make it not only as beautiful as possible, but fit the tone of the movie. And the nominees, and the nominations are Bojan Belazili, A Cure for Wellness, Hoyt van Hoytma for Dunkirk, Michael Sorezin, War for the Planet of the Apes, Matthew Jensen for Wonder Woman, Steve Yedden for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and Dan Lostein for The Shape of Water. And the winner goes to... Once again, he shot another beautiful movie. Hoyt van Hoytma for Dunkirk. You know him for working with first time with Christopher Nolan for Interstellar, and he works with him yet again for Dunkirk. And the movie captures the essence of what it was like being on the beaches of Dunkirk during World War II, when they were pretty much about to meet their fate.
And personally, I find this film to be, you know what? I'll save this for another category to talk about my perspective for cinematography. But yeah, the film itself was beautifully shot, giving you that real, like, believable aspect of what happened during that war. So, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
All right.
Now, speaking of, twists and turns, this is a category right up your alley. Alley?
These next two categories are right up my alley because this is what I love presenting mostly, but I'm only presenting
Yeah,
one.
your Hershey Highway, more like it.
Wingnut. Alright, but anyways, as for the next category that we got right here, Best Musical Score.
Mm-hmm.
Best musical score is basically these well-known composers getting together, making beautiful, dark, either meaningful, dark, beautiful, sinister, whatever the theme will be for the music that helps make the movie well and sound great. I don't know. But anyways, for musical score, we have none other than the legend himself, Hans Zimmer for Dunkirk.
Indeed.
Rupert Gregson Williams for Wonder Woman. Rupert.
Exactly. His name is Rupert.
You got Michael Giacchino twice for War for the Planet of the Apes and another one for Coco. You got John Williams for Star Wars Episode 8 for The Last Jedi and Alexandre Desplat for The Shape of Water. Now, this one right here was actually the biggest surprise from right here. Because I wasn't really expecting that this was going to actually win it because with, Michael Giacchino and Hans Zimmer. Apparently this guy wins it, and the winner for Best Musical Score goes to none other than the classic music that you all know and love from the Star Wars movies, John Williams for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
I thought it was going to go to either Giacchino or Zimmer, and I'm very surprised that, the greatest composer of all time, John Williams, actually took this. So, hey, once again, he might be old, but he's never obsolete.
Alright, next category. Get right to the, Oh, by the way, while you're giving out your explanation, let's get to Best Soundtrack.
A soundtrack. Now, anyways, Best soundtrack. Yes, best soundtrack is a film that composes some of the best well-known songs from actual artists, sometimes even written for the movie. And here are the nominations. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Atomic Blonde, Baby Driver, Beauty and the Beast, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and The Greatest Showman. The winner goes to, and rightfully deserving, Baby Driver. This movie's soundtrack is so good to where it actually plays a character in the movie. To me, it's one of the greatest soundtracks in movie history. And there's no better winner. Baby Driver, congratulations, you deserve it.
But anyways, congratulations to Sing Street on me wanting to win it for soundtrack of 2016.
Same here.
But anyways,
Yeah, I just feel like you stole it. Way better than La La Land.
Anyways, next up category we got over here, we're going to get to Best Visual Effects. Best Visual Effects is films that's either effects that, helped make the movie looked beautiful, amazing, nice, wonderful, whatever the fuck bullshit words I say that makes the movie look good. Basically, the film that looks it makes the film look amazing and colorful, beautiful, and all that stuff. It simplifies something. But anyways, best visual effects. Huh?
Did you just fart?
No.
You left up your butt, you just went, huh?
That was a chair. You got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Wonder Woman, War for the Planet of the Apes, Ghost in the Shell, Beauty and the Beast, and Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. The winner for Best Visual Effects of 2017 goes to none other than War for the Planet of the Apes. Visual effects for that movie was it was a mixture of not only enthusiastic, but it was also dark as well, because within these visual effects, it gave its own sign and its own message, really, because if you notice that, if you see any visual effects, cinematography, or anything that involves that, well, mostly cinematography and editing, there's one thing that those two can actually represent, especially for visual effects. It can actually represent its own meaning, its own message, its own meaning.
Yep.
And I'll tell you exactly why.
Andy Serkis is the best motion capture performer of all time, and when you watch the movie, you don't see, even though it's visual effects, they look like actual real apes and nothing like human beings.
And here's
what a great display.
And here's another thing about visual effects of its meaning and what it's symbolizing. Basically, it's either giving off that sense of what the mood is going to be. Either it's going to be something that is going to be bringing hope. Well, this is what the mood was of the visual effects that brought War for Planet of the Apes. It brought two things. It brought enthusiasm, enlightenment, and hope. And here's another one. It was dark as well. Because within everything that goes on, because you want hope. You wanted hope for the apes. You wanted enthusiasm. You encouraged them to win. But the dark side was once that battle came into play, and the rest was history. That was the dark side. So yes, visual effects play a huge role in film, and this one definitely took it. So visual effects for War for the Planet of the Apes, congratulations. So go ahead for best editing.
Best editing is everything you want to look at that's outside of a Michael Bay or Olivia Megaton film. Or Rob Cohen, for that matter. Yeah, don't take notes from them. Here are the nominations. Lee Smith for Dunkirk. William Hoy and Stan Savas, War for the Planet of the Apes. Jonathan Amos and Paula Mashlitz for Baby Driver. Stacy Hey, Gary, what's her name?
I'm not reading it.
What's her name?
Not reading it.
Stacy Schroeder! Stacy Schroeder for The Disaster Artist. John Gregory, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And Michael McCuister and Dirk Westervelt for Logan. What are you laughing about?
I farted. Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
Go
Talking
ahead.
out of your ass again. The winner and rightfully deserving Jonathan Emos and Paul Maximus for Baby Driver. Because of kind of what I said about the best soundtrack, and of course the original film and how it incorporates and how the overall music is displayed into the film and with the beats and the rhythm, nothing tops it. So congratulations to Baby Driver.
Alright, next up we got here is Best Screenplay. Best Screenplay, out of its, we have a mixture of both adapted and original, but mostly within all of our categories, within all of them, we only have, I think, one adapted screenplay, and the rest of them are actually all originals.
And this is the one category we worked on the most.
Because there were so many films that were not only good with a mixture of both adapted and original, but we had to be specific with what we chose. So, the best screenplay. We have, this is the only, we have for the only adapted screenplay, we have Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber for the Disaster Artist. So that's the only adapted now. The rest of them are original. Edgar Wright for Baby Driver. Adrian Molina and Matthew Aldrich for Coco. Jordan Peele for Get Out. Taylor Sheridan for Wind River. And Martin McDonough for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And the winner for Best Screenplay goes to, Best Original Screenplay, because one of the winners is an original screenplay. Sorry, Disaster Artist. The winner, and to me personally, despite all the other ones, this is to me the rightful winner. Martin McDonough for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Folks, this is a movie that I will no longer go into detail explaining, because this is a film you just have to go in, watch it, mesmerize it, and just love it. Because Martin McDonough is an absolute genius when it comes to screenwriting, and he knows how to make a good fucking movie. So,
not only that, he is the best screenwriter working today. Yes, he is.
So, go right ahead within our next category.
Next category, alright. So you mentioned best screenplay. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're down to the big shabanga bang. And I'm not talking about Gary in the bedroom, because that never happens. Here we go. This is Best Supporting Actress. And I'm not going to go into details. The name speaks for itself. Here are the nominations. Octavia Spencer, The Shape of Water. Tiffany Haddish, Girls Trip. Amaya Miller, War for the Planet of the Apes. Daphne Keane for Logan. Allison Janney for I, Tonya. And the late, great Carrie Fisher
Rest in peace.
for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And your winner goes to X-23. Daphne Keane for Logan.
This one right here was actually a no-brainer when I was looking at the results for this, because Daphne Keane, she gave such an exquisite dark role, especially for someone like her, upcoming and all that stuff. She was great. She was great in this
And
role.
most of the film, she doesn't even speak.
No, and
Amaya Miller, for that matter, in a way.
barely ever spoke. But yes, congratulations to Daphne Keane for winning of Logan for Best Supporting Actress. Now, let's get to the Best Supporting Actor. Best Supporting Actor, same exact thing, it speaks for itself, so let's just get right into it for Best Supporting Actor. For our nominees for this category, we have none other than Patrick Stewart for Logan, Will Poulter for Detroit, Michael Shannon for The Shape of Water,
Hey, Brett.
Mark Hamill for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, Woody Harrelson for War for the Planet of the Apes, and Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And the winners for Best Supporting Actors.
Winners,
Winners, because we have a tie. Because For our winners of Best Supporting Actors of 2017 goes to both Patrick Stewart for Logan and Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Hey, you know what? I kind of like that, and I'll tell you why. Because that's like my number 1 and my number 2 picks.
So you know what, right there, there's nothing you can't really go against. You can't choose either which one's going to get it, because these two gave such flawless performances. They both deserve it. So anyways,
yeah, and how it overall ended in a tie, that's coincidence. Big coincidence.
Anyways, let's get to our next category for Best Actress.
Best Actress, yes, the leading femme fatale that displays what astonishing, a mesmerizing performance.
Oh, oops.
What in the hell?
That was an accident. Go ahead.
God damn it, Gary!
That was an accident. I'm just trying to type.
Tommy!
Sorry.
This ain't Sideshow Lucas.
Sorry.
Okay. The nominations are Gal Gadot for Wonder Woman, Carla Gugino, Gerald's Game, Elizabeth Olsen, Wind River, Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and Margot Robbie for playing as Tanya Harding in I, Tonya. And the winner goes to, and rightfully deserving, to me, her best performance of her career.
And I'm going to tell you right now,
McDormand for 3 Billboards.
this is definitely the best. She deserves the performance hands down, because this film, she gave a role that was so fucking believable and so relating, especially with anything that goes on within modern times. She made this role so believable and so relating that you can't even believe it yourself from what you're watching, because of how good she was in this film. And I mean, she was good.
And especially with, you know, even though it has some black, it is a black comedy, it's a darker tone film that I was like, wow, Matt McDonald's really, you know, hit it, you know, he hit you in the gut, but rightfully deserving, you know. And that's just like beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And after I saw this before, like I said, my original pick was Gal Gadot until I saw 3 Billboards, and she won me over. You want her character to win so bad, but it's not black and white. The movie, it's shades all over, and her performance kind of displays all of that. So there you have it.
All right, next up that we have here for our award show is the Best Actor of 2017. Best Actor, we have, like I said, for supporting actress and actor, it speaks for itself, because these gentlemen who gave flawless performances in their films, so let's go with this. We have none other than Jeremy Renner for Wind River, Hugh Jackman for Logan, Enzo Elgort for Baby Driver, Andy Serkis for War for the Planet of the Apes, and James Franco for The Disaster Artist. Now, with this particular role, as much as I wanted James Franco to win it, the winner for Best Actor of 2017 goes to Hugh Jackman for Logan.
And that was my pick. And, man, Hugh Jackman, man, I don't know what is it with his acting, but, man, he had me balling like a baby.
He's great. He knows how to deliver a performance in a film. And he was actually, I did see Greatest Showman recently. He was actually a lot of fun to watch.
I told you, yeah. Fun, yeah. And Hugh Jackman, one of the most talented individuals on the face of the planet. The guy can sing. The guy can dance. I think he did Broadway. He can act. The dude can bang any hot chick he wants, and rightfully deserving.
Yep. One of those talented men out there.
And you know what's funny? Before he was casted as Wolverine in the first X-Men, people were against it. Now, when you think of Wolverine, what's the first thing you think of?
Hugh Jackman.
Exactly. And what you couldn't ask for a better conclusion to the character.
Best Director. Best Director, we have none other than these particular ladies and gentlemen who came out, did these films, and showcased what their talent and what they did to make the film look amazing.
Yeah, speaking of ladies, we're not talking about Greta Gerwig. No, fuck that bullshit.
Nope, Patty Jenkins. There you go. But anyways, Best Director, we have the nominees of Matt Reeves, War for the Planet of the Apes, Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, James Mangold for Logan, Patty Jenkins for Wonder Woman, Guillermo
Del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water, and Edgar Wright for Baby Driver. The winner.
One that was almost on here was Catherine Bigelow for Detroit.
Almost.
And Jordan Peele.
Almost. But this was another tough category that we needed to do. But anyways, as for Best Director, we have none other than the winner is, to me, the rightful deserving winner, Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk.
And Nolan, we trust.
What else is there to say about this film? Christopher Nolan knows how to make a fucking movie. He knows how to make a movie look good. And for this film, with the amount of work that he put in this movie, using a legit $500,000 camera, and you know what? He did not give a fuck whatsoever. He gave zero shits about the camera. You need to make sure and literally, when he used this camera, he made sure he used the absolute fuck out of it until it was worthless.
And there's only 3 or 4 of them in the whole wide world, and these things are like $500,000 to $600,000, and he fucking destroyed it. And about 95 to 99% of everything in the movie is real.
So that's one thing I love about Christopher Nolan, is that he knows how to keep it real with his audience, and that's exactly what he did. Everything was real within the effects, the boats, the water, the mist, everything was real. And how Christopher Nolan did this, man, and how he's able to afford it, he was fucking genius. And the movie itself, all it is just a visual storytelling with very little dialogue, give you that inside look of those actual events that happen. Everything is legitimately explained with just visual storytelling. So there you go.
And it's 3 stories. I'll put it in the one. There's one story that it showcases like a span, like one's a week, one's a day, and one's like a couple of hours, and how they're all connected and interlinked with each other.
And plus,
it's brilliantly presented. He changed the way we look at war films.
Ever since Saving Private Ryan, at least for my case, he gave me a whole new aspect of what storytelling war films is like. And plus, another thing about Nolan's that he just cut the bullshit. Just show the name of the movie and just got right to it. That's it.
Just show the name. Show like a synopsis of what's going on. Movie starts.
That's it.
No credits.
Nothing. He just, that's what he did. He just cut the shit. All right, next up, folks.
Speaking of shit.
Time for a poopy dump. Shit flicks. This is that category where this was the first category that we legitimately got done. It was actually a no-brainer when it came to picking all these particular films. Hold on, I'm going to give it to you.
No. Look.
No, you're stealing my bit. Wonderful.
When the glasses come off, shit gets real.
Yeah, it's usually my bit, but okay, let me steal it. But yes, when it comes to shit flicks, folks, we all know about shitty films. Films that came out within the whole entire year that was just absolute petrifying to watch. Either gives you the poopy dumps, and another thing that just destroys you mentally and physically horribly. And for films like these that we chose, we got 10 of them on here. Just like in Best Picture, not to get off topic, but we got 10 films for Best Picture, 10 films for shit flicks, and for this one, let's just say this one was quite a bit of a dookie going on.
No pun intended.
And no double nine, I'm not talking about the Green Day album. So, for shit flicks, this was a bit of a controversial, but we're going to explain detail about everything, so no comments or anything about all this stuff. Like I said, everything is going to be explained within detail, and let's just say for these films that was the film that was won, or films, or whatever, how it looks, yeah, it was, we got something that was quite nice, so let's just get right to the nominees.
Yes, and out of all the nominations, like Gary said, this is the one this is the first category we did first, and this was the fastest. This didn't take us, it took us no longer than a minute.
Well,
This was done in no time.
Well, I guess I'll have the floor for Best Picture and talk about that, since I'm amazing at that shit.
Here we go. Here are the nominations for the worst piece of shit of the year. Fist fight, or as I like to call it, fisted anus. This year's Dirty Grandpa or Dirty Anus, where it showcases a school that would never fucking happen. Only in a different realm would any of the bullshit ever take place. And it's an R-rated comedy. And has all the tropes in it. Next one, Rough Night, or I call it Rough Nightmare. The worst female cast comedy I've seen since The Other Woman. Jillian Bell and Kate McKinnon, fuck off. You're not funny, you're not appeasing, you're not appealing. You're fucking obnoxious and annoying.
My balls itch.
Well, this just tells me one thing, you got crabs. Alright, next one. Jonathan DeVete, what the hell happened to you? You went from 50-50, one of the best films of this decade, to Warm Bodies, an underrated, great romance film, to a funny comedy like, oh shit, I forgot the name of it. The Night Before, very funny comedy, Christmas comedy. And then he does Snatched with Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer, you're not fucking funny. You are not funny. You are just a goddamn plague. Just stop. Quit spreading your bullshit. Because it's not amusing. Oh, what's that on your arm? Did you try to kill yourself because you thought you're so ugly? Fuck this movie. Next one, The House. Will Ferrell, your comedies are beyond guard. Oh, another R-rated comedy, just like Rough Night and Snatch. Wonderful. A goddamn horrible movie with a premise so stupid that it'll make Lucas look like a fucking IT technical graduate. And shit, it makes Gary and I look like fucking Bonnie and Clyde. Except he is Bonnie. So, nothing but cringe. Yeah. Next one, Baywatch, a.k.a. Dick Joke the movie. Diarrhea of a wimpy bitch-ass, the long hellacious rectum, a.k.a. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the long haul. Mad Max Fury Road and Mission Impossible called. They say they know how to do a fourth installment. Dude. Oh, it's another fucking awful comedy. Motherfucker. A movie so mean-spirited, so degrading, so deplorable, it is the most pretentious, mean-spirited piece of fucking shit I have ever seen in my entire life. And why was this movie made? Because Devil Aronoff, fuck yourself, wanted to make this movie, which he wrote in less than 5 days, to where his main goal was to vent and spew out all his frustration out in the world, just how pissed off Eddie was. And he wanted people to hate his movie. And he used the negative reactions he got from many people as advertisement. Fuck you. Next one, Table 19. I can give you 19 fucking reasons not to see this movie. And another comedy. Another forced and contrived comedy that involves a wedding party.
Whatever.
Next, 50 Shades Dumber, a.k.a. 50 Shades Darker. You know it's bad when it makes the first fucking 50 Shades movie look like The Notebook.
And just to let you folks know, for me personally, I hate The Notebook a lot.
I don't think it's that great either, but I'm just saying, that's a big.
Oh, that was weak.
And the final one, thank you to Dr. Hannibal, or Superfan K as he's known as, Resident Evil, the final fuck you. Never have I seen editing, editing, shaky cam, and just beyond stupidity in an action movie. Paul, worthless scrotum Anderson, stop. Because you're just garbage. Alright.
I think you forgot one.
Did I?
Yeah, 50. You forgot the 50 Shades.
I said that one!
I didn't hear it. Did I?
It makes the first one look like The Notebook.
Oh, okay.
You dumb shit!
Now, before he announced the results, let's just say, again, this one was another tie, but we had to do some calculations to make this fair for the rightful winner. Even though, let me explain something. Best supporting actor, the reason why that was acceptable, because, well, how can I explain away why it was acceptable?
Well, we kind of explained it in the supporting role that, like, yeah, these two guys are so equally matched that it was just so hard to choose between the two. And it's not the whole shebang. It's not the main, two big event categories of the show.
This one here is the main thing. So what we had to do is, within the tie, we had to do a couple calculations off the show to try and see what is the rightful winner within the tie, and we were fair about this, so...
Yes,
let's go
and this is how we did it. We went by two different solutions. One is, thank you to Austin Putnam and John Maffio, Muffin Man or Muffman Jones. For the next gen, we looked up to see what was their list of, which I will be presenting, the shit stains of the year. And 50 Shades Darker was not on there. Mother was though. Okay? And number two, the overall Film Forum's worst films of the year. 50 Shades Darker came in at 6th place with 103 points. Mother came in at number 2 with 108 points, and it scored the most number ones out of the group.
So basically, within all the calculations within the tie, we had to go by the results from two other reliable sources that help us figure this out.
Yes, and therefore, the winner for the worst film of 2017 goes to Mother. What a despicable act! Just ruthless, just hateful movie in which an atheist like Devil and Aaron, I'll fuck yourself, tries to retell the Bible in the most pathetic, his ass pretty much summarizes the overall summary.
Oh, that wasn't me who did it.
Damn! Oh, was it a cat? So,
Jesus Christ!
So yeah, once again, motherfuck Mother, motherfuck Devil Aaron, or fuck yourself. Keep watching fucking Rick and Morty because he's trying to do that to ease off the stress, and he ain't gonna make a movie for a while. Good. You went from a talented filmmaker to this exploitive piece of fucking garbage.
One of his biggest films that he did good, Black Swan.
Black Swan, Requiem for a Dream, The Wrestler.
He made some amazing movies, but he showed his true colors.
And he does
that was great.
Horseshit.
He showed his true colors.
Yes, he did. And by the way, fuck you, because we do like original films. Yeah, put words in my mouth saying, oh, they just don't like originality. No, we don't like films like this that pisses off like this.
And by the way, speaking of original, I hate hearing an excuse saying, oh, there's not original films. Ain't no bullshit.
No, we went over nominations, and what won, Best Screenplay?
3 Billboards.
And we have a Best Original Film category.
Uh-huh.
Who are you trying to bullshit? And fuck you to the people who are like, oh, it made me think. You need to use your brain. You are a PDCA, a pretentious douchebag cinephile asshole. I am done.
All right. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, M. Night, Shyamalama Ding Dong. There we go. So next up that we have here for our main category is none other than the Best Picture. Best Picture, it is 10 films that we chose specifically to be for Best Picture. Now, again, we already explained multiple times in flicks and other posts about why Blade Runner's not on here.
Or Blady Bitch, or Call Me By Your Bullshit, or The Darkest Cornhole.
We kind of, see, I'm going to try and be a little nice. I'm going to try play Triple G, Good Guy Garrison for a moment. We just can't really get into the Oscar films. Why? Because we kind of like films that deserve a little bit more praise, that should be out there to get Oscar love or any other award love, that films that don't get any attention within the awards and stuff. So we just specifically chose certain films that would be great and that is great and stuff. And some of them are already in the Oscars and other award shows or whatever the fuck. But we got a couple that weren't even nominated. So let me read some out for you all of our Best Picture of 2017. Here we go. We got Dunkirk, Baby Driver, War for the Planet of the Apes, The Disaster Artist, Wind River, Wonder Woman, Logan, The Shape of Water, Coco, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read what came in third, second, then give the overall winner.
Yes.
In third place, we had a triple threat Bizarre Love Triangle, New Order. Bizarre Love Triangle, New Order tie. Great song. Brotherhood, 1986. Great album.
Yep, and it's 2 blow-up dolls.
But anyways, here's what came in third place for the tie. Baby Driver, War for the Planet of the Apes, and Coco.
Yes.
Second place is Logan. To me, the best picture that is rightfully deserving for film of 2017. And most of all, folks, it is our best film of 2017, and that goes to none other than Dunkirk. This film itself, again, not to rinse and repeat, but the film itself is so self-explanatory within everything that was added for this film of who directed it, who wrote it, who wrote or gave the visual practical effects, the cinematography, and everything that involved that made this movie whole, with just the whole story itself, with the storytelling, and everything was legitimately visually explained. No dialogue or anything. It was all visual showcase.
Very little dialogue in the movie.
It was all visually showcased for y'all, so
And got to perfection.
there's nothing really to bitch about or whine about this movie, because everything is legitimately explained for this in this film, all visual stuff within the show and tell execution. So Dunkirk is the Network's Film Awards Best Film of 2017. So there you have it. That is our award show, and boy, this show sucked. So let's get. So
it sucked a turd out of a butthole. Gary, you can relate.
Man, there's gonna be dislikes coming here. So let's just finish this
Hey,
up.
the more the merrier.
So as always, folks, I hope you all enjoyed the 2018 Network Film Awards. So stay tuned for the next year's Network Film Awards, as we're gonna go over the 2018 films in 2019. So you know what the deal is, folks. So as always, please subscribe for more bullshit to come as always, and ciao for now. And by the way, stay tuned for the post-credit sequences of this whole entire program.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Network Film Awards. More to come, the more the merrier. Stay tuned. And once again, motherfuck Devil Aaron R. Fuck Yourself and Motherfucker the movie and the Oscars, because they could take a big wet bite out of my ass. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go and look up some great porn starring Samantha 38G.
This show sucked! Next time you do an award show, get a true film critic to host it and knows what he's talking about like me.